Today we are going to learn about transshipment problem. Transshipment problem is an extension of transportation problem. In transportation problem we have seen there are origins and destinations, and from origins the goods are sent to the destinations. Okay, origins and destinations. From origins the goods are sent to the destinations based on the demand and supply values. Now in the transshipment problem we have sources, the origins and the destinations, but origins and destinations will also act as transient nodes or temporary nodes, where a particular node can either supply the goods or receive the goods. So in transportation problems, the nodes or the origins and destinations, according to their function, can either receive or send the goods. But here the transient node could do both the functions, will receive the goods as well as send the goods. So here we have temporary nodes or transient nodes where the goods are sent. Now for example, from source S1 the goods has to be sent to destination D1. Okay, now there might also be S2 where instead of directly sending it to destination 1, this particular goods can be sent to destination 2, and from there it could be sent to destination 1. This particular route can consider or can utilize less resources than sending it directly to D1. Okay, so like that we have transient nodes. This particular node will not only work as a source node or the origin node, but also act as a destination node. Okay, for S1 it is destination and for D1 it is source. So it will do the functions of both origin and a destination, or source or destination. Okay, so let us see an example. Look at this question. The following transshipment problem involving 4 sources and 2 destinations. The supply values of sources S1, S2, S3 and S4 are 200, 250, 300 and 400 units respectively. The demand value for destinations D1 and D2 are 600 and 600 units respectively. The transportation cost per unit between different sources and destinations are summarized in the following table. Now if you look at this table, there are 1, 2, 3, 4 sources and D1, D2, 2 destinations. Okay, now we said each and every source and destination is a transient node, that is temporarily they will act as both origin as well as destination. That is the case, we have written sources and destinations on both the sides of the matrix. Okay, now let us write down the supply and demand values. Now according to transportation problems, the supply values are written here and the demand is here. Okay, so supply is given only for 4 sources S1, S2, S3, S4. What are the values? 200, 250, 300, 450. Leave these two destination values as it is. Now for destinations we got D1 and D2. So for D1 it is 600, D2 is also 600. Okay, leave it like this. Okay, this is the first step. You identify the sources, you identify the destinations, write them in a matrix format, and write the associated source, supply and demand values. Now the next step is to check if this particular transshipment problem is a balanced one or unbalanced one. Now if you add these values, 200 plus 250, 550 plus 300, 850, 450 plus 300, 750, 750 plus 450 is 1200, and 600 plus 600 is also 1200. So this is a balanced one because the supply is equals to demand. Okay, now let us assume this value is B. Now for example, if this particular problem is unbalanced, so this is the step where you either add a column or a row and write the excess value either in the supply or the demand, wherever it is needed, as we would do in the transportation problem. Okay, since it is a balanced problem, let us continue with the next step. So since this is a balanced transshipment problem. Let us continue with the next step. So now these values here, this supply values here and these demand values here are empty. Okay, so now what do we do? So you add B to each and every supply and demand values here. So let us see, 200 plus 1200, 250 plus 1200, 300 plus 1200, 450 plus 1200, 1200, 1200. Now you have nothing here, so this will be 1200, 1200. This will be 600 plus 1200, 600 plus 1200. Okay, now once you add the value of B, okay, this is how your problem is going to look. Right, now next step is to find the IBFS. You know how to find IBFS in the transportation problem, right? How will you find it? You have three methods. One is northwest corner rule, least cost method, Vogel's approximation method. So use the most optimal one. Vogel's approximation methods gives the best answers. Okay, so I have found the IBFS using Vogel's approximation method, and this is how the allocations are made. These are how the allocations are made once Vogel's approximation method is used. Okay, now in the question itself you got these costs as 0 here. The diagonal elements S1 to S1 is 0, S1, S2 to S2 is 0, S3 to S3. So like that, all the diagonal values are 0. So even if you multiply any of the biggest number, whatever allocations we get with 0, it is going to be 0. So it is not going to have any effect on IBFS. So we can ignore these values. Just ignore these values while calculating IBFS. So once you make allocations using Vogel's approximation method and you calculate your IBFS here, you get 8,850. Okay, now once after getting 8,000, this is the transportation cost of transporting goods from sources S1, S2, S3, S4 to destinations D1, D2, and we have to consider the transient nodes or the temporary nodes while transferring. Now how do we know what the temporary nodes and what are the ones where the once the transportation is complete? So let us draw the diagram here. So we have four sources, S1, S2, S3, S4, and destinations are D1 and D2. Now according to the solution what we got, S1 to S1 is 0, so do not consider this, ignore it. S1 to S2, S1 to S2, so draw S1 to S2 here, one arrow, and the value is 200. Next, S2 to S2 is 0, then S2 to D1, S2 to D1, value is 450. Next, S3 to S3 is 0 and S3 to D2 is 300. S3 to D2 is 300. Next, S4 to S4 is 0, S4 to D2, S4 to D2 is 450. Now D1 to D1 is 0 and there is no other allocation. Next, D1 to D2 to D1 is 150. So D2 to D1, the arrow has to go like this. D2 to D1 is 150 and D2 to D2 is 0. So this is the final allocation or the route or of the sources and the destinations which will be followed in the transshipment problem. Initially source 1 will deliver it to S2, source S2, from there it goes to D1, from there we are not following the route, but this is how the minimum cost is received. Then we have here S2 is acting as source as well as destination. Here D2 is also acting as both source as well as destination. Okay, So this is how we solve the transshipment problem. I will include a PPT with the algorithm, mm, and try solving this problem on your own. I hope you found it easy. Thank you.